Hello and welcome to week one after my full shoulder replacement. My God, is this a good day? It's been 7 days, exactly like 7 days. So this is Thursday, what is it now, 3 p.m. So I was literally in theatre this time, starting my theatre this time last week. And I come out of theatre about 6:30. As you know, if you've been watching the playlist, the past few days have been horrendous, and I know why. It was because I was coming down off the medication. I didn't know because I've not really used these type of things before. I've never used like codeine and all the other drugs that were on, and I've ran out of codeine. And then systematically, if you watch the episodes, you'll see yesterday it was horrendous, and the day before was even worse. And unfortunately, that's the side effects of getting away with the pain. So in this episode, what I want to cover is how I'm feeling, a general chit chat. We'll do a bit of physio together, and then I've got the best. I've asked AI, what 10 questions could I give answers to people out there that are either going to go through surgery, gone through surgery, or anything like that about the stage that I'm at. So we'll cover them right at the end. I haven't read them, so it's just going to be off the top of the cuff. They are in front of me, but I haven't actually explored them yet or scrolled down. So yeah, how am I feeling? A damn sight better than yesterday and the day before is the answer. I felt awful, absolutely just horrific. I just felt nauseous, felt dizzy, felt disorientated, felt not quite with it, bumps and lumps of energy up and down, getting absolutely exhausted, feeling bed-riddled, pain creeping about, do you know what I mean? But only in certain positions. It was definitely the worst part was, like, for me, was the past couple of days, or past 3 days really. But it hasn't been about the pain. It's more about the feeling, the type of, you know what I'm trying to say, don't you? It's just frustrating, and you have to go through that process, but the medication's there to do something for a reason. I'd rather feel like that for a few days than the immense pain of having someone with knives go through your shoulder, chop your bone off, and basically replace it with steel parts and stuff like that. So I am over the moon. One of the biggest questions, is it worth it at this stage? Absolutely so far, touch wood, about having the op. Like I say, I'm in less pain than I was before I went into the operation last week, and this is still in the recovery stage. So to me, this is going to be life-changing. I'm hoping to show you a little bit about where my body is at, like movement-wise. See if I can show you, like, I can do bicep curls and stuff like that, you know that, but maybe a tiny bit of external rotation. I was supposed to bring a post with me because I'm going to try a bit of moving that externally. Bad news is my physio isn't available until next Wednesday, so that'll be 13 days after operation. So I am looking online at little exercises to do, following that quite strictly. And yeah, let's dive into this sort of episode. But all in all, I don't know about you, comment in the comment section, but I look a little bit better, like a little bit better colour, and I'm talking a little bit clearer, and I'm making a bit more sense, which will be debated by the wife, but Alright, so let's get this off. First things first, let's get this off. Mobility in the shoulders feeling good. Slept good last night. A lot better than the night before, which was horrendous. I slept pretty much straight through, you know. Getting a little twinge in my back because I'm constantly laying the same part, and my hip is a little bit sore because I think I'm lying in the same part, putting pressure on it all the time. I'm not going to overthink that, not going to dramatise it, but it's just, I'm not used to being in the same position, but I slept pretty much straight through. A great night's sleep. Oh, yeah. This is just a bit awkward getting off, especially when you've not done all the bits. And I'm going to put my arm down there. Again, I keep just stupidly forgetting that it's actually got a Velcro strap on there. I don't know why I do that. But you can see there a little bit of, like that. A little bit of mobility in that arm is evident just from taking the sleeve off. I mean, before I was scared to do that, raise my hands up. Remember when I was doing the bicep curl, I think it was on day 3, and it was cricking and crocking and doing everything. So it feels great. So I'm going to do the bicep curls. Now it's just, I'm probably if I was seeing the physio, I think they'd be adding a little 1 or 3 kilogram weight into there. My digestion has settled a little bit, even though I just had a little burp, cheeky little burp. But you can see the arm up to the right, to the top and down. I can see the biceps all right, it looks a bit swollen at the bottom. But I guess the surgeon will be answering that on the 22nd, which is how many days away? It's like 2 weeks away yesterday. So he'll be answering that. I'm a bit frustrated that I don't know what's happened with the complications that I had in surgery, but would I want to know during my recovery, because it might just affect me mentally if there has been a big complication or something. So I'm not going to overthink that. I'm just going to think my bones are big, he struggled for a bit with them or something weird like that. But that'll be for the 22nd. The other thing that I've got concerned, sort of aligns with that, is before going in, I had a great chat with 3 nurses. They pulled me to the side and I was willing to participate in answering a few questions before and post-op and after it. They said they'd contact me, but they did a massive questionnaire, but they haven't contacted me at all since to do any reviews about how I feel or where I'm at. I can't remember the name of the company or what it was. It's the people that make the mold that go in the shoulder, I think. To give a bit of feedback, but they haven't been in touch, so I don't know why just yet, why they haven't been in touch, but they haven't. But I don't know whether that leaks itself into, was the issues in the shoulder to do with the molds not being the right mold for the shoulder? Do you know what I mean? So that's sort of creating a question the more the clarity of mind comes back. Maybe that's something to focus on. Frustrations, just missing out with the kids, having to do one-armed cuddles, walking down to the school. I've done it now 3 times. 3 times. First couple of times was bad, but then yet today I found it all right. Do you know what? A massive update that I forgot to mention there is, it bumped then, my shoulder. I haven't been back to bed today. Well, I've been back to bed to sit in bed because I'm trying to just keep calm, and I'm rewatching Game of Thrones because it's awesome. And I know what happens if I fall asleep. It doesn't matter if I miss a part, but it's epic, that series. And it's got 8 series of it. So my vision was I'd be in bed for a long time, resting for a long time, taking care of myself and rebuilding myself. I didn't expect to be at this level at this time. So just getting around quite easily, sometimes forgetting that I've had surgery other than this, which I still not managed to get all the ward 1 to find out whether I can get this out, and obviously not seeing my physio was a bit of a problem with that. I am excited to see the scar. I'm hoping it looks as good as it can do, maybe a bit cool for the kids, sort of like, I don't know, like Action Man, but I don't know, being a bit childish there, and I just hope it's just going to look decent, you know what I mean? And I can imagine it being, so getting that off, I really need to get in touch with them, because this will be day 8, if you like, because it's like literally a week, so, or day 7. I get mixed up with my days, counting the days. Do I have a day 0? Do I not have a day 0? Is it day 1, the day that you're in, or is it day 0? That's the complicated part of my life at the minute. Right, so now we're going to move on to the table things, and I'm delighted to show you this because I really have made my progress with this. And move me back over there for a second, move my brew. I'm not going to do it with that arm yet because I'm not that confident. I am moving things like before I got out of bed, and actually I have my Mac in my left hand without thinking about it and kept it. It's not the heaviest thing, but it's not the lightest thing in the world. It's definitely a step up from a phone, and I kept it there before. I wouldn't be able to do that. But there are frustrating parts like the camera stand that you're on now, extending that out because you need 2 arms, opening a bag of crisps is frustrating. What else was frustrating? Toothpaste, putting your toothpaste on your toothbrush. There's something mega that's really frustrating. I can't remember what it is. Other than sex life, that's a story for another. I'm not going to deep dive into that, but yeah, let's get off that. Right, back to the towel. Hydration is massive, by the way, because last night I noticed that I was dehydrated, even though I'd done 1.5 of them. So if I could say something, it is definitely stay on top of your hydration, which is important in all areas really, isn't it? But definitely if you want your body to improve. Right, let me take you down. Not got my funky pajamas on today, and the wife has hung a bit of washing out there. Inconsiderate swine. Right, so let's see if we can rotate you a bit more this way so you can see a little bit, because I'm anticipating going further than that brew. There we go, that might be better. You can have a full look at the clothesline. Thank God there's nothing dodgy on there. Right, so we're going to start with our hands here. This is the hand that is okay. This is the hand that is not okay. So same thing again. We're going to push out. The aim is to push completely across the table eventually, like that woman in the sports bra on the instructions. So we push out. I can feel tightness. I'm coming back. Nice warm up one. And a second sort of warm up rep with a bit further on it. And I am hindered by this big bandage I've got on my arm because I think that's tightening up. I think I'll go further. So I'm just going to slot myself out there. You can see that is me moving my waist as well, so I'll stop cheating like that. There, they're just going to have to put whatever it is they've got, wherever they're going to go. So push it out and a bit further. And back. You can see I'm getting a good length on that. So if I look on the camera, this is the one that scared me and worried me. This is daylight, this is week 1, so that's where we're at. Big head's cut off. As I dropped down then, I could feel a little bump there, a little bit. Obviously that's gonna bump and lump around. Right, so when we come into there, what I'm gonna do is try and externally rotate with you here a little bit. I've not done this yet. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna do anything because it's just a little bit dodgy. So whoa. I know that don't seem much to you compared to that arm that just goes like that. That's further than it was going before op. That is no pain, that is just going there. Push a little bit. Don't want to go too far. Maybe do it like that, because that's how you're supposed to do it with holding a broom in this hand. Looks a bit weird, but I'm happy as Larry with that. Not going to push it, not until I've got professional advice and support on that, but really happy with sort of that stage. Mentally, just a bit frustrated with the kids. Can't do everything I want to do with the kids. The cuddles are frustrating, the time, but obviously I'm going to sneak out to the rugby this weekend. My plan is to put a chair in the corner and look like the most antisocial person, but I will be wearing full-on leopard print as well, so I won't be full-on antisocial. That's going to be a big step going out, so I'm going to put myself in the corner. No one puts baby in the corner, but we're going to put Johnny in the corner with my own chair and stay out of the way, especially for the warm-ups where the balls go flying everywhere. Right, so let's get deep diving into this then, for what it says. You see how I did that then? See how I just lifted my shoulder up, because that's what I'm used to in my life. So let's try that again, rerun the fun, and see whether we can get up. Yeah, I can get up like that. It's just something that I've got used to, but I am hindered by this, what looks like, well, doesn't look great, does it? Looks like something that ladies use. Right, let's get into these questions. Top 10 questions to answer, according to AI, that you might want to know. I'm going to answer just quickly as well in a nutshell, because I'm aware that I'm waffling a little bit here. Number 1, how painful is your shoulder replacement after 1 week? Not really painful. It really isn't. I can feel that something's been done. It's not painful really at all. Sometimes I get a tingling in the line, that I assume is the line of the scarring. Little tingling. I get tingles down the arm. Nothing is painful like that, other than the couple of times I've been pinned to the bed. What's worse, the arthritis before surgery or the recovery pain? Definitely the arthritis, 100%, and that's at week 1, which is crazy. Are you taking painkillers? Yes, we've been through that. I come off the codeine 3 days ago. I'm running out tonight of that other one, but I'm pretty much just going to be on paracetamol after today, so tomorrow I'll just be on paracetamol. But I'm not feeling pain, not feeling anything like that, so I'm quite happy. And I'm not someone that takes paracetamol, ibuprofen or painkillers so in normal life, so I feel like they're having a huge effect because I don't use them as much. What surprised you most during the first week? Better than expected. What was better than expected? The pain. What was worse than expected? The dizziness, sort of feeling like, and sleeping probably. Although I did know the sleeping was going to be bad. Something nobody warned you about. How awkward going to the toilet was and waking up and doing your teeth in the morning. Not nice to talk about, but unfortunately the toilet, especially number twos. I mean, if you want to prep for it, put your arm in the air and try and go for a number two and then do everything that you need to and then come out. Do you know what I mean? It's not an easy job, but it's not something that anyone wants to talk about. But that's what I'll do for you. I'll shed light on the unknown. Right. How are you sleeping? Bed or recliner? I'm sleeping on my right hand side, one pillow, which is one less than usual, one pillow in front holding my hands, and that's it. I did try a pillow under my knee, but it didn't have any effects, didn't like it. Is sleeping the hardest part? It's a goddamn awful part, to be fair, and I think it's harder for Harriet, who's sleeping with me in the bed, than it is for me, because I'm facing her all the time and breathing on her and moving and getting frustrated and stuff. So yeah, it's horrible sleeping. Are you glad you had the surgery? Knowing what you know now, would you still do it 100%? So far, 100%, because I was in a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, a lot of instability, a lot of things that I couldn't do with the kids, a lot of things I couldn't do in life. Just a very frustrated cat I was towards the end. I really, really, really was. So this is feeling great. So I'm happy, more than happy, to be honest, at the minute. And I might just get a picture of Dr. Wilson in gold at the front door when you come in. Or Dr. W. I'm only joking about that, by the way. And the team, because it's a team effort as well. He may be the head of this, but without the people behind him, he wouldn't be able to do what he does. And the smiles, because smiles are gold. When you go into that hospital, the people that on their day job every day smile at people are just amazing, amazing, amazing people that make life better. On that note, the kids have just got home from school, so it might go up a little bit, but I'll try and stay concentrated. Hang on, mate, I'm just doing a video. Making a brew is awkward, but you can do it with one hand. Using toilet, I've just done that. Putting socks on. Getting over the tip is quite hard, but once they're on, you can give them a pull. Oh, come on, show the camera that. Show that love heart, but be careful with Daddy's arm. Look at that. Thank you, mate. Can I speak to you in 5 minutes? Yeah. Go and pretend I've not seen it. I'll speak in 5 minutes. Love you, mate. Right, that's proper put me off, but he's cute, yeah. That's our Dylan the villain. He can be bad, but he's also very, very good. The other one's Jackson. Different cat, an introvert, or was an introvert. So that didn't go quite well. The hardest part mentally, loss of independence, 100%. You feel just like a burden on people. And then the boredom, just being upstairs. If I was to go into an operation, I'd make sure you got something set up that you can just watch and brainlessly not think about it like I'm doing. Worrying about the recovery, yeah, it's going to take a long time, but I'm going to be able to do it. Not being able to help your kids. Well, we've obviously spoke about that a lot, about not being able to go to rugby, being involved in things, the training sessions and things like that, which is really frustrating. What exercises are you doing once a week? I've just been through the physio with you, so I don't need to cover that. Number 9, what does the shoulder feel like now? It feels good, it feels stable. Don't feel stable, I'm still getting used to it. It's a new part of my body, I'm not used to it, and I'm used to protecting the shoulder from day to day with the arthritis and with the pain that I was in before. So now it is definitely something that has got better, but it'll get better with time, and I've got to not run. You see, I picked it up, I don't really need to pick it up. What advice would you give someone having surgery tomorrow? Relax. Get yourself control what you can control, and the only thing you can control is your mind. Keep calm, stay relaxed, focus on good things. You got to focus on trying to keep that heart rate right down. The surgeon is focusing on his job. There's no point thinking about what he's doing, because that's irrelevant. You're not going to see it. You're just going to have the consequences after it, and look forward to that. What would you pack? A book. A book I found really good to read and distract myself rather than work myself up with the internet on my phone and bits and bats and stuff like that. And food for afterwards. What would you buy beforehand? A table for your bed. Brilliant idea. Table for your bed. Loads of sweets, loads of bad food, loads of drinks and things, just get prepped because you're not going to be going anywhere, and make sure everything is sort of quite close to where you're going to be. What should they expect? Just being uncomfortable for a while, really. Bonus question, what shoulder replacement? Are shoulder replacements as bad as feared? No, not so far. Mine has been golden, and touch wood, I hope it stays that way. But on the 22nd, there's a big day to find out what exactly we had to do on that day that adjusted a 1.5 hour operation to a 3-hour operation. I don't really know. Well, that's my guess. I think it takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and it took me 3, I think. But they may clarify differently, but I know there's been a little complication. So I hope you've enjoyed that long chat, and I best get back to the kids. Take care. Bye-bye.